Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, and welcome to my 100% full game walkthrough for Hellblade 2. Today I'll be taking you through the entire game, making sure to grab all 35 of the collectibles, as well as a few miscellaneous achievements to make sure that you get your 1000 gamer score by the time we're done. Before getting started, feel free to go into the settings and change whatever you need, but in the interest of getting started as quickly as possible, let's go ahead and launch into the game. As you launch into the game, you'll get a 5-minute recap of what happened in Hellblade 1, which I'll let you enjoy. For those curious, you cannot skip cinematics on your first time through the game, but you can skip them on subsequent playthroughs.
Senua, the outcast who became a warrior, who faced her demons and challenged the gods for her lover's soul, has accepted the voices, the furies, as part of herself. Just like her mother Galena, she was not like other people. She saw and heard the world differently. Her father Zinbel told her she was evil, tainted by the sin of her mother. Tormented and afraid, she retreated from the world. Until love broke through like the rays of a new dawn. In Dillion's acceptance, she could live again. He gave light to her mind and freed a warrior from her body. But the voice of her father stayed with her, reminding her of her curse. And when the plague came to her land, the people blamed Senua. She took her darkness with her, banishing herself to the wilds. So she was not there when the Northmen massacred her people and sacrificed Dillion to the god of hell. Senua's torment was so deep that the world around her fell away. She took the head of her beloved, the vessel of his soul, and vowed to go to hell herself to save him. Through mist-shrouded horrors, she fought to find the secret path that would lead her to the very gates of hell. But the way was marked by fire and illusion. Senua had to fight the gods that guarded these paths and stave off the rot which threatened to consume her mind and end her life. Only conquest could open the gates. Only blood would bring her face to face with Hela, face to face with defeat. Once again, Senua was engulfed in darkness, lost in a maze of misery and confusion, until Dillion's voice led her to the promise of victory. A sword that could kill a god. To win the sword, Senua would drown in her darkest memories, pulling at the shards lodged in flesh, mind, and soul. She pressed deeper into the underworld, resisting its grasping hands and deafening cries, until she found her prize before the guardian of Hell's gates. Senua released her rage, a fury that could not be stopped, not by savage jaws, not by waves of warriors, not by the pull of death itself. In defeat and desperation, Senua begged for her beloved's release. But a sacrifice must be made, and burdens cast away. Senua's fate was never in the hands of the gods, but in her own. Only she could choose, out of love, to live, to go on, and to take us with her.
Do I know you? It's been a long time. She made a promise to the one she loved, dead now, but no less. A promise. Not one soul more would suffer as he had. She carries him in her heart. His death, his life, will drive her on. She will forge a purpose from his death, make meaning from the pain. And then the Northmen came again to our land, stripping us of our names, our lives, of everything that makes us who we are, beating and binding, taking us as slaves. These Northmen sail under a blood-red sign. And one among them they call Master. Senua will follow that sign. She let herself be taken, dragged in chains to their ships, so she can trace the poison to its source, find the heart, and cut it out. Stop the slaves. Keep her promise. But plans can drift off course. It begins as it ends. Alone. In the dark. getting directness. Don't look anymore. No. Even when you're pulled by forces dim and vast, fate can stop you cold. A dream has foundered with the ship. She must find a new light to steer by and find the next sign.
So after our 5-minute recap of Hellblade 1 and our 5-minute introduction into Hellblade 2, we are ready to take control of the character. It is a third-person game, so you're going to walk around with the left stick and look around with the right stick. Now, as soon as you get started here, you're going to walk forward and interact with the ledge using the A button to climb up. The controls are very simple, and I'll explain them as that chance comes. Pretty much as soon as you take control of your character, you can also unlock your first achievement by pressing up on the D-pad or pausing the game and going into photo mode. This should unlock one called Worth 1,000 Words, and there are quite a few settings you can play around with here in order to make some really cool photos in the game, but feel free to close that and we will begin to move on. The game generally is pretty linear, so you can't get lost too often. There are some puzzles, some trickier than others, you might get stuck on, and there's definitely a couple of collectibles that are easy to miss. We'll be getting 18 lorestones as well as 17 faces during our time in the game. The faces reveal secret paths that have trees at the end of them. Both of these collectible types reveal kind of lore and backstory into the game, so if you want to know everything that's going on and get all of the meaning, you'll definitely want to grab the collectibles. Also, somewhat importantly, Hellblade 2 does offer a chapter select, and each chapter also has individual checkpoints that you're able to select, and there is a collectible counter in the menu for each chapter if you do want to mop up on your second playthrough. I have a separate video of only collectibles if you'd rather that. As you reach this wall in front of you, you will begin to climb it, and I'll rejoin you with commentary in just a minute.
She's hurt. So tired. She's going to fall. No! Careful, Senua. Come on. Climb. Come on. Don't listen. Don't listen to me. Listen to your mind. Coward! Why have we come here? Stupid! Come on, climb! She's too exhausted. Exhausted. It's too much. Don't look down. Don't let the fear get to you. Listen. Stand. She's too scared. The voices draw her onward. The ones who didn't live. The ones she could not save. She can hear them calling. Lives stolen by the Northmen. She carries them with her. Always. She is afraid, exhausted.
You should not have come here, child. just to die among strangers.
You! Why did you come back?
Did you think you had left me behind? I am always here.
At this point in the game, you will regain control of your character. Pretty important control to know is that if you hold the left bumper, you do sprint. The sprint speed does vary throughout the game depending on the section. Sometimes you'll be able to sprint a little bit faster, whereas sometimes you are forced to walk a little bit more slowly. In Chapter 1, it's pretty straightforward and pretty linear. There are a couple of tiny little areas you can explore to the left and to the right, but generally speaking, the game is going to force you down the one main path here. And they're going to do that primarily through the use of audio in Chapter 1. I would highly recommend using a headset if you're able to. And you'll also notice a bunch of rocks that may be coated in a little bit of white. Those are generally objects that you can interact with, like this ledge that you can shimmy across. After you do shimmy across this ledge, we are going to find our first and only collectible of Chapter 1. You're going to come around the corner and you'll notice a flag on a flagpole next to some ruins. And as you approach and go around the corner here and through the ruins, you'll then end up on a path. There will be some unfortunate people on the path here that you'll see on the ground as you walk by. But this first lorestone is incredibly obvious and works almost like a tutorial. It'll be in front of you as you come down the path to your right-hand side. And you'll have to make sure to use the left trigger to focus on it in order to trigger the collectible. Each collectible lorestone does have a unique symbol that will light up on the pillar as you complete it. And each one also has some unique dialogue that goes along with it, which I will let you enjoy.
Out of hell you have come, and now find yourself in Midgard, the world of men. Do not think it any less dangerous for that. Your path has taken you far from home, across the boundless sea, and you must go on to the heart of this place, to the heart of man. You have seen how the Northmen journey out to conquer, and this is one of their lands, as icy dark as Niflheim, yet as fiery as Muspel. It has not long been claimed, and they try still to tame it.
We don't have to stick around for the entire lorestone, but after it is finished, we can continue on with the level, following the main path for quite a bit of time. We will reach a couple of sections where the path might be a little bit confusing, but there really is only ever one solution to everything in this game. There are no puzzles in Chapter 1. It is a very cinematic and story-driven chapter in general here. So we are going to walk forward and continue following the very obvious story clues, including the shadow figure in front of us. Unfortunately, these people fell off the cliff, but this is evidence to us that some of the slaves were survivors from the shipwreck earlier on in the game. And we are going to make it a little bit of our duty here in order to save some of them. And just past these ruins, we can find a path that goes a little bit down the hill and then curves around to the right. There will be a couple of rocks here. Again, there's only really one way to get through these rocks. There isn't much to explore here on the left or the right. No secret paths, no collectibles to be found either. Generally, we're just trying to make our way to the shoreline where there are a bunch of shipwrecks.
You could stop this, but you have lost your mark. The sea tore him away, just like your hopes.
Don't need to listen to him. You know this now. Listen to us. You know better. Find the survivor who
You
is trying
want to
trick
save
you.
them. They're already dead.
You're a liar.
The lost ones.
You have to find a way out of here.
You are lost too.
You must find a way out.
How can the lost find anyone?
Listen, don't listen.
You failed them.
Don't listen to him.
They are dead, like your mother.
Shut up! Make him shut up! Stop it!
As we approach these rocks in front of us, this is our first puzzle of the game. If you've played Hellblade 1, you will be familiar with this puzzle style. This is very easy as it's a bit of a tutorial, but there will be a symbol and you'll have to focus on that symbol. And then you have to find this symbol in the real world somewhere else. There will also be floating little icons in the air as you approach the correct area you should be standing in order to get the correct perspective. And you'll see that these are floating kind of in the middle of the sky. Just line up the pieces so that the symbol appears and then focus on the symbol in order to lock it in. Doing so will turn the red symbol on the door into a white symbol. And then as you approach this gate, it should open up and reveal the path in front of you.
To understanding, uncover the darkness, Senua. This is why you have come.
I need to find the source of all this. I promised.
At this point, you will reach the shoreline where there are a bunch of shipwrecks, and there will be a decent amount of story building as you walk and talk to yourself and just continue along the linear path until I rejoin you with commentary in just a moment.
Don't listen to the dead, just move onwards. Find the survivor.
What have you done?
Please help!
Stop.
Anyone help! Help!
There's nothing you can do.
Do you see the bodies, Senua? The sea throws them up to show you how you lost. Look at them, Senua. The faces of the ones you failed.
Look, wait, look. Some of them, they survived. They tried to, they were wounded.
Oh, no.
They
Oh,
were
it's
scared.
them.
Alive. You can find them. They need you. Follow them. Help them.
Find somewhere to hide.
Did you come here to die with them?
Now, as you come into this area, this will be the kind of first combat section of the game. The combat can be pretty simple. There are a bunch of different difficulties. By default, you'll be on the dynamic difficulty, so it will adjust as you play. If you're really good, it'll get a little harder, and if you're not doing so great, it'll shift down to easy. You can also pick a difficulty, and there are quite a few accessibility options that you can also choose to make the fights even easier. You can actually make the offensive combat play for itself and the defensive combat play for itself independently. If you put both of those on, the game actually plays itself during the combat sections, so for some people that may be ideal. Either way, the actual combat itself is pretty easy. You can use the X button for a quick melee, the Y button for a heavy melee. You can press A to dodge. You can press RB to block. Hold RB to block. You can press RB to parry. And then you can also use LB to run. So generally, until you start getting in the harder difficulties, you can pretty much just mash X. And then you might want to try to time a parry or a block every now and again, or a little bit of a dodge evade. A lot of the combat sections are very cinematic, and that just means that even if you're kind of perfect, a lot of the times the game is going to kind of make you hit the enemy's going to block it, and then you're going to exchange some dialogue. So there are some sections of the game where even if you're like perfect, you're still going to get into certain situations to progress the story.
He went to another one. Just watch him. Call him. Let him go.
As you saw just there, if they block a certain amount of attacks in a row and then you hit them with a heavy, it should kind of break their stance, and then you can get a landing blow. Also, you can counter with a you can do a perfect parry, which is to tap the right bumper right as they're about to hit you and make contact. If you do a perfect parry, at least later on in the game, you can punish it with a counter attack that usually ends in an instant kill. We can then begin to move forward and a little bit further down the beach here.
Why did you bring your curse here?
The controller vibrations by default are also extremely heavy, so you may want to turn down the controller vibration just a little bit. Personally, I found that the parrying timing is a little bit difficult to get the perfect parry, and in a lot of the combat sections, it's actually just going to be easier to evade and just take a quick step backwards as they attack you, and then after they attack and miss because you evaded, you can pretty easily just land a quick attack into a combo to win the fight against each enemy. There's quite a few extended combat sections throughout the game, so you'll get used to it as you play here. Here you have to approach the boat, and this will start a small cinematic.
Stupid girl.
She was wrong.
You thought they were.
During the cinematic, you will have to press A to interact with items just to move them to the side so you can continue moving forward.
Stupid. Thought she could put it away, but everyone is dead. You left it too late. You didn't. You could have saved us, but you
Let me drown.
I will follow you. You
You're going to join me.
killed your lover, they killed so many more will die. Do you know what's You hold your breath until you come. Then you gasp and the water rushes in. The pain in your chest. It's very
The game does a great job at inducing anxiety, which I think is one of the main goals of the game. So if, you know, you're easily claustrophobic or uncomfortable, this game may not be for you. But after that little cinematic, you can now walk forward. And not to spoil anything coming up here, but there will be a fight that is just around the corner here. And again, we're mostly going to be evading attacks and trying to punish with heavies. A perfect parry every now and again makes it really easy to get a combo finisher. This will culminate in a bit of a larger fight that is coming up. These enemies are quite easy, but are just a little bit of practice. And I think they're there also to change the dynamic difficulty scaling. If you were to do very, very well at this fight, the upcoming fights will just get a little bit harder. After you kill those couple of enemies, you can try to leave the area by going around the corner here, and then following the path towards the shore and the next ships. As I said earlier, Chapter 1 isn't particularly long, in comparison at least to some of the other chapters. It is very cinematic heavy as well. But we are kind of starting to approach, we're getting closer to the end of the chapter. This is our first kind of boss fight, so to say. This is the Slave Master, and I'll let you enjoy the cinematic here.
What are you going to do with that sword, girl?
He looks ready for you. He is ready to fight. You're ready. We will end this.
You're fucking dead.
So this is going to be a longer fight. The enemy will block a lot, and a lot of those blocks will be perfect. And there will be a couple of stalemates where the story kind of progresses, and you'll be forced to either get knocked to the ground, or there will be, you know, a small tussle between the characters to progress the story. So get prepared for a little bit of a longer fight here. The fight will also culminate in a little bit of a cinematic, which I will let play out without interruption once it happens. I'll rejoin you after that.
Get up! You have more to me alive.
Come on, then.
Drop the sword! Going to
Ready to fight. Grab it. He took their lives. Again. What are you waiting for? Wait. Do it now. You can't. You can't kill him. Stop.
If you're going to kill me, just do it.
Takes over everyone. But you need him. You need him to show you. He knows everything. He knows the side.
No.
He knows. He can show you the path.
You're gonna take me where I need to go.
Yes. Yes. He will take you. He will show you. He has to. He will help you. You have spared him, and now he will take you where you need to go. You can do this.
Where you come from. you take the slaves.
I can't walk. How do you expect me to take you anywhere?
His pain doesn't matter. Make him walk.
We'll walk.
She has to save them.
You have to. There is no other way.
It's why we have come.
I'm not leaving until I get what I came for.
You made a promise.
She made a promise.
You promised.
I made a promise.
She knew the path would open to her. A blood-carved stave, a soul sea falling, a too familiar darkness, an endless night. He is the next sign.
You could see it. Do you remember it?
She knows that suffering,
That feeling.
poisoning her mind with fear,
That rot.
covers him now.
Covers him.
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness?
She feels it.
The faces of fear and suffering. You can see it.
The sign. What does it mean?
That sign. What is it?
You need to understand. You need to understand.
Answer.
It is my father, Sigil.
His father,
Your father.
The Gothi.
monster.
He's here.
Look at him.
No,
The shadow.
but this place is his. The people here are weak. They would not survive without his help. Like you.
Does she?
Enough.
The end of this cinematic signifies the end of Chapter 1 and the beginning of Chapter 2. This should also unlock an achievement for you worth 100 gamer score and begin Chapter 2. I'll have a separate video up for that. Make sure you drop a like, share the video with a friend, and hopefully I see you next time. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Peace.